Rabbi relates. Let's say this is in Lubavitch, yeah. In Lubavitch. There's a Bachim Timimim that was going a little bit in the woods here. Sich geschegitzt. So he says in brackets, his behavior today wouldn't fall into that category. Once upon a time, he says, what was a bacher that was behaving inappropriately? Was what? Listen to this. He would take a towel to the mikveh. This was because he's becoming balabatish. Took a towel to the mikveh. Anyway, so this whatever this bacher. So one day, Dan Holder decided they want to inspire this bacher. So what are they going to do with him? So he should sleep in the same room with Zalman David. Zalman David was an Ovid, a big Ovid in Lubavitch. That's one thing it's going to do, just to be in his room. I have another story to tell you, but that's without blaming it. So you can remember talking about funny story, true story. So another thing that they decided was that Reb Shilon Koratin told you many stories about him. The Mashpia, the legendary Mashpia in Lubavitch, should talk to him. So Reb Shilon calls him, and he thought that Reb Shilon was going to give him a psak, his behavior, whatever he was doing. Reb Shilon doesn't say a word about his behavior. He starts to give him a whole explanation on Chochmas Timor. Not Chochmas Tam, Chochmas Timor. This kid was a bright boy, and he was spineless in the depth of Chassidus. He never heard such depth, such as Beidim. The next day, the Pshulim calls him again and said, everything we said yesterday, Be'emes, was Chochma Gduya. Now revealed, manifested Chochma, and now he gives him a whole new depth in Chochmas Timor. He's blown away. Calls him a third day, same thing. We said yesterday, but that's really another darge in Chochma Gduya, manifested Chochma, and he gives him a third hasbara, third level in Chochmas Timor. This affected him greatly. At the same time, he's spending time in the room with Zalman David, and he's very impressed. Zalman David was a Medidik Ovid, and his Krishma Shalamita would take hours and would cry, and he was very moved by his emotion, his tears. Rabbi Eladzavitz understood that Zalman David's, he calls him Reb Zalman David, he was a Bach then. Zalman David's tears were not that others should see, and not only that he should kvetch out another tear for himself. It's spontaneous that it's poured from him. But yeah, the Biel adds, I'm just quoting here that one thing he used to say Amol expression, more like Muzogen, that someone who does something that others should see him, he's a liar. Chitzin, or the lower level of Chitzin, is he does it because he does it. But not so terrible if somebody else sees it too. Close brackets. So Zalman David is not shaykh to such a man. He said, but none of these things really changed. Not that Reb Shilim's approach, which is beautiful. This is, we have to realize this is Der Hashishi, which Musa Bittul Iskafia. No, he lifted him. And Zalman David didn't preach to him either. And he's just watching him. He said he was inspired, but didn't change. What changed him? What changed him was the following story. This Zalman David, when he davened, so he used to sing a nigun in the middle of davening. The Biel adds, the Rebbe Rashab said, we said this at the outset to appreciate what Zalman David was, that the union of Ava V'Yira still is applicable in our generation. And he meant Zalman David. Ava V'Yira. So this Bocher sister of Zalman David, he says, all the Oivdim are liars, Shakronim. So Zalman David says to him, why do you say this? He says, you, for example. He says, you're singing in the middle of davening. Singing in the middle of davening. So the Bocher was, he was kind of testing him, even though he was in awe of him. So we're kind of challenging him. Now, Zalman David could have answered to the Yale justly, like first of all, you two. And secondly, he's singing. It just singing and davening. This is not now is the time to sing, and it's a real expression of the heart. So this is his response. He says, "You're right. But what can I do? It just comes. What can I do? You're right in saying it's chitzonius and the davening of it to be seen. But what can I do? It just comes of itself." So he said, this humility is not this humility. He said, "You're right." He said, "This is what not of Shilim says Beidim, but what maybe prepared the groundwork of Zalman David's tears in Krishna Shalamita." But his response, "You're right, I am a liar, but what I just can't help myself, it just comes up." This is what impressed me. Powerful message for the true hashpah and inspiration on somebody else. It's being honest, being deeply, deeply honest and humble. Truly. Truly. Friends, have a wonderful day.